Hi guys, here's phase 2 Tabata. So on this one here, it's going to be Thursday's program. We're doing a Tabata style. So Tabata means 20 seconds work, 10-second break. We're going to do that station for 8 rounds in a row, and we're going to move on to another station. We have 5 stations. Everything you want to think about on this one is speed. You want to get a lot done inside of that 20-second time frame. So plate rows, when we're picking a plate row, we have all the way up to 45-pound plates here. I think 45 is as heavy as people are going to need to go. Over 8 rounds, you're going to get pretty smoked. So make sure you have from 10-pounders all the way up to 45-pounders available, kind of just leaning against this for people. But we want to make sure that they have light enough, because people are probably going to have to lower their weight a little bit. So what we want to do in this, abs tight, drive the hips back, bent over position, coming up and down in this position, right? And then I'm okay with you going relatively quick. Coming through that position. Some things to think about when we're doing this is the lower back, okay? So they really have to engage their core as they're driving back. Some people might have some issues with this position because of that. Just let them go lighter, because we really need them to really focus on getting this position eventually. So it's okay to just go with a lighter plate and row that position. But think about that abs tight pulling position. We're going to row in and out. From there, we're going to move on to dumbbells. So on this one here, we're going to have the 2 wooden boxes of the higher one out. We'll also have the blue and one of the gray step-up ones over here as well, of the steppers. We don't want the box to be too high. We don't want to go to these boxes over here because we are trying to weight them, and we don't want a negative angle. We actually want a positive angle where the hip is higher than the knee. From here, we're going to suitcase weight it. This gets pretty tough, especially on the forearms, so they're not going to go crazy heavy. If I was doing this, I might choose 40s. Which is going to be pretty heavy for the average person. Most people are probably going to be 25, 30s. For the men and women are probably going to be more like 15, 20s. So we're going to put 1 foot on. We're going to stand on the side of the box. This is very important to stand on the side of the box because we're just trying to look for a knee extension all the way up and down. Then we're going to go pretty quickly. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, nice quick step ups, get a nice burn. As you see with my heel here, we want to make sure we don't get on our toe as we come up in that position. We want to keep that heel tight to the ground as we're coming up and down. They'll switch round legs each time. Just have them turn around instead of going to the other side of the box a little bit quicker because they only have a 10-second rest period. On that one, to modify, obviously we can always reduce weight, right? Getting rid of weight as we're coming in this position, we can always step on there. And then we do have smaller boxes in there. If you have somebody that has bad knees and can do a step up, we can't step up as high. We do have the smaller wooden boxes that you can always put out too, and they can just have their foot on that smaller wooden box and try and do a step up there. In that position, we can always do something like when marching in place if it's really an issue, and they can always hold the weight and do like marching in place. We do have a couple people that have very bad knees that might need to do that, but then 99% of people will be able to use the box. Station number 3, band hammer curls. The idea here is just to smoke biceps. I would probably have red all the way out to purple bands out because you do want to make sure that the people can be challenged. They can always start with the purple and work their way backwards for the ones that are like really strong in the biceps. The average person is going to want the purple, or going to want the red. So on this one, hammer curl position, which means our hand is like it's holding the hammer on the outside. I do like to get the band a little bit wider, so that way I get a little bit more tension against the bottom of the band. And then from here, all I'm doing is trying to squeeze my bicep nice and tight, up and down. We are moving through a quick position, okay? Station number 4, medicine ball slams. So people are going to want to go crazy heavy on the medicine ball slams because they're used to doing it. But the issue is we have a very little recovery time. So I'm going to encourage somebody that wants to do a 30-pounder to maybe go 5 pounds lighter. Someone that does 25-pounder go 5 pounds lighter. So I'm going to encourage about 5 pounds lighter than what they're used to doing, unless they're used to doing 15s, maybe stay at the 15s. But in terms of that, just because this one gets pretty taxing on the body. So in this, all we're going to do is we're going to pick the ball up, get tight behind our toes, slam. Slam. There's 2 ways to do it, neither way is wrong. So one is a full hinge. So we come up, down, catch, you see I'm hinged here, up, and down. This ball has great bounce, most of them don't have a good bounce. But the other option is the squat variation. We're up, squat. Neither one's wrong. This is really about core activation and heart rate elevation. So neither option's wrong, they can do either one. Oh, if you have some shoulder issues, some people might have shoulder issues, it's okay just to come to the nose. That just takes that full extension of the shoulders out of the way. And the last station we have are pistol squats. So on a pistol squat, they look pretty nerve-wracking to people, and it does take a little practice to get into good technique. Since we're in a shorter time frame, it's really nice to kind of practice the one. So we're going to go from hardest to easiest today. So the hardest one is going to be pistol on a box. So on this one, we're going to put 1 foot in the ground and 1 foot out. And we can use this foot as a kickstand if we need. We're going to sit down, come back up. Make it a little bit harder. We can sit down without touching, come back up without touching. We want to keep that heel into the ground. We'll go all with one leg on one side and switch legs for the next 20 seconds. To modify that, we can also go to a bench. So the bench is just higher than this low box. This is the only box we'd use for it because the other boxes are going to be too high. That low box. Otherwise, we can go to a bench, which is a little bit higher, up and down. Or we can come to the next modification is a TRX pistol. So on a TRX pistol, what we have is we have one foot down, we're leaning backwards into it. I'm going to kick one leg out as I sit all the way down, come back up. Okay? They can drop this foot or keep it up, doesn't really matter on that. Come down and up. Modify that a little bit, they can kickstand it, up. Now, our first modification for somebody that can't do single leg stuff is just a TRX squat. Alright. Alright, today's finisher is 30 seconds of work with no rest, followed by another 30 seconds of another exercise back and forth for 3 total minutes. So 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, no rest. So first one's going to be a crush grip like we've been doing recently. Squeezing that thing hard, elbows tight, and it's going to be a shoulder press this time. Pressing straight up and down. So if you look at me from the side, I'm really trying to get extension over my head, back, and forth. Nice part about this is a little bit lighter, you can go a little bit quicker, plus we only have to use one dumbbell instead of multiple dumbbells. I do encourage one dumbbell so we get that engagement, but also so we can share dumbbells a lot easier inside this gym. Press it up and down, nice and quick. Now some people have shoulder issues and just can't press overhead. We're just going to do a dumbbell crush curl instead. So do that for 30 seconds. As soon as that 30 seconds done, step down, they're going to put the weight down and they're going to go straight into a jumping jack. Quick. We're really trying to get those shoulders burned out, right? We burned them out here, now we're burned out there. Try to go nice and quick on that. Back in the shoulder presses, back and forth for 3 minutes straight. So the thing you might run into on the jumping jacks is some people just can't jump for many reasons. But so instead what we're going to do is we're going to give a medicine ball of a bigger variety so the ball comes back to them a little bit quicker. Weight-wise, it's probably going to be somewhere between 6 to 10 pounds. You also need a ball that can bounce enough to come back up to them. If it's a 10 pounder, it might not bounce very much, whereas this 8 pounder is going to bounce nice. This is going to be up and down quick. Try and get that core activated as we go along.